welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a video about my endometriosis surgery recovery. My last video I had mentioned it. I just wanted to go ahead and make that video now. So what you can expect if you're about to have the endometriosis surgery, what can go from there. I was very nervous when I went in for my surgery, what they were going to find, what they weren't going to find. I was like, if they don't find it, then what on earth is going on? So I went in to the hospital early in the morning, and they ran some tests like they always do before surgery. I was so anxious that I was hyperventilating, so they had to give me anti-anxiety meds, and that really calmed me down, and I was wheeled back into surgery. And apparently it didn't take very long, even though it felt like an eternity to me. I know a lot of people say, oh, they went to sleep, they woke up, and it's like, there's a surgery, did they do the surgery or whatever? That was not the case for me. I felt like I had been in there forever when I started waking up. And when I was waking up, I was in a lot of pain. Usually they say the anesthesia, that's my kids. The anesthesia will be with you through the recovery room, but I was in a ton of pain. So I woke up and I was automatically like crying. I wanted Peter in the room. I didn't want anybody else. I was like, the nurse, I was like crying. I was like, I hurt, I want Peter, and I'm all groggy and everything. But I do remember that. I don't remember a whole lot after that, but I remember that, and I was crying for him, and they eventually got him in the room, and he was trying to calm me down, and I was like, I hurt, and they gave me some more medicine, and they were asking me to point to where, sorry, baby's kicking my ribs. Anyways, anyways, so, what was I talking? I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so they were telling me to point where it hurt. Okay, that's where I was. They were telling me to point where I was hurting, and I told them where I was hurting, and they were like, okay, we'll give you some meds, and then we'll get you ready to go home. So my mom came in there because Peter was like, I don't know how to get her dressed and everything. So my mom came in and helped me get dressed because my husband couldn't figure it out. So got dressed, and I was like the only one in the recovery room, if I'm remembering correctly, even though it was this huge area, and like the nurses, it was really, I remember it being really weird, and I was really frustrated because something wasn't getting done that needed to get done, and I just wanted to go home. I wanted to go home and go to bed. That's all I wanted to do. So I had made the couch up for myself in the living room, and I was just gonna be there because our bed's a little bit higher, and I didn't want to have to like crawl up, so I just flopped on the couch. And Peter had a little mattress that he brought in, and he slept in there with me the first few nights. So we just laid there most of the day, but on the ride home we stopped at an ice cream place and got me some ice cream because I really wanted ice cream. So we got ice cream, and then we went home, and I just rested, and that's all I did for a week and a half. I just rested. That's all I could do. I was exhausted. Like, that anesthesia did not wear off for a long time. I was so tired, and the gas, it was like, a lot of people talk about the gas being like the worst thing ever. It didn't affect me until 2 days after my surgery, and 2 days after my surgery, my sister was over helping me, because during this time of my surgery, we had less than 30 days to move out of our house, so she was over there packing for me while I was recovering from surgery, and I was like dying because I felt all this pressure in my upper chest right here, my shoulder, and I was like, help me, I'm dying. She's like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So we did some stretches, and I was okay. The gas is something to look out for. I recommend keeping some Gas X on hand. That actually really helped me. So yeah, just basically resting for as long as you possibly can. I know I had one friend that had endometriosis surgery, and she said she went back to work like the next day. I didn't go back to work for a week and a half. I needed that time to rest, and even when I went back to work, I was sore, and I couldn't pick up the kids, and they were all crawling over me, and I was like, stay away from my stitches. But yeah, they everyone's different and everyone's going to respond to the surgery differently. I personally just needed that week and a half. I tend to take a little bit longer in recovery time. I did for my foot surgery and my appendectomy as well. Even my wisdom teeth, it took me a lot longer than on average to bounce back from that. So I don't know, maybe I'm just a weenie. I don't know, but it did take me a good week and a half to be okay. And going back to the doctor, she was like, oh, everything's fine. She's like, everything's healing like it should. You're just gonna be really sore. And I was, for a good 2.5 weeks, I was sore, but after a week and a half, I was able to get back to work, and that was good for me. So sorry, she's moving again. I love feeling her move. It just kind of catches me off guard. So, evidently after the endometriosis surgery, it made it a lot easier for me to get pregnant. If you watch my last video that I uploaded, it was about my dramatic story about getting pregnant. And if you want, I'll try and link it here, and you guys can watch that. But, yeah. So be prepared for that. It does mess with your hormones, and it makes it a lot easier for those eggs to travel. So they did find endometriosis, obviously. She just burned it off. She showed me some pictures, which I didn't keep because I don't want pictures of my uterus around the house. It's kind of weird. But yeah, she showed me some pictures, and it was interesting. There wasn't a lot, but they say that even if you just have a little bit, it can put you in more pain. And if you have a lot, you might not be in a lot of pain at all. It doesn't make sense whatsoever, but endometriosis doesn't make sense. So I hope this video helped. If you have any questions about endometriosis or endometriosis surgery recovery, let me know. I know a lot of people would prefer to find a doctor that does excision instead of ablation. Unfortunately, in the area I live in, it's not really possible for, there's not really any doctors that do specialize in excision surgery. So I did the ablation, and that worked just fine for me. I do have scar tissue, and sometimes even right now, like, I'm almost 8 months pregnant. So when the baby moves on my scar tissue from the surgery, because it was pretty recent, it does hurt. So keep that in mind if you're going to be trying to get pregnant or end up pregnant like I did. Just keep that in mind. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope I answered some questions for you, what to expect. And I hope that if you have any questions for me, you'll ask them. And I hope you guys have a great day. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.